Action checklists. The following checklists are designed to help you turn awareness into action. Use this checklist to quickly identify which areas of your financial life need attention right now. Use them to focus on one area at a time instead of trying to fix everything at once. Progress beats perfection. Small, consistent actions beat big plans that never get started. You do not need to fix everything at once. Your goal is to circle, highlight, or mark the items that apply to you, then choose your top 1 to 3 priorities to work on first. Print them, write on them, or copy them into a notebook or document you update monthly. Debt. Attack checklist. I listed every debt with balance, interest rate, and minimum payment. I chose a payoff strategy, highest interest first, or smallest balance first. I stopped adding new non-essential debt. I reviewed subscriptions and cut anything unnecessary. I redirected money toward debt instead of lifestyle upgrades. I negotiated interest rates where possible. I automated minimum payments to avoid late fees. I set short-term payoff milestones. I avoided buy now, pay later programs. I celebrated progress without spending money. Focus rule. Attack one balance aggressively instead of spreading effort thin. Debt control going forward. I know all my balances, interest rates, and minimum payments. I have chosen a clear debt payoff strategy. I am not adding new debt while paying off old debt. I avoid buy now, pay later for normal purchases. I use extra income to reduce balances faster. Budget reset checklist. I calculated my true monthly income. I listed all fixed expenses. I tracked variable spending for at least 1 month. I assigned limits to discretionary categories. I created sinking funds for irregular expenses. I built savings into the budget first. I reviewed bank and credit statements monthly. I adjusted categories based on real behavior. I involved my significant other or household when needed. I kept the system simple enough to maintain spending and budgeting. Going forward, I track where my money actually goes each month. I have spending limits for non-essential categories. I do not rely on credit for everyday expenses. I review bank and credit statements monthly. I avoid impulse spending triggered by stress or boredom. Focus rule. Budgets work when they reflect real life, not fantasy. Investing. Starter checklist. I built an emergency fund before heavy investing. I used employer retirement plans if available. I opened tax-advantaged accounts when possible. I automated monthly contributions. I chose diversified investments. I avoided chasing trends or hype. I reviewed investments annually. I increased contributions when income increased. I aligned investments with long-term goals. I stayed invested during market volatility. Focus rule: consistency beats timing. Investing and retirement. Going forward, I invest regularly, even if amounts are small. I use tax-advantaged retirement accounts when possible. I avoid panic selling or chasing hype. I review investments at least once per year. I plan for retirement on top of Social Security benefits. Tech, scams, and financial security. I monitor bank and credit accounts regularly. I use strong, unique passwords. I freeze my credit and credit debit cards when needed to help avoid any data breaches. I verify charities and investments before donating. I ignore pressure-based sales tactics. I avoid clicking unknown links or attachments. I keep software and devices updated. I question guaranteed returns and similar promises. I protect personal information online. I avoid get-rich-quick schemes and pressure sales. I verify requests for money even from known contacts. I report suspicious activity quickly. Focus rule: Skepticism protects your money better than optimism. Saving and cash flow. I have at least 1 month of expenses saved up. I am actively building an emergency fund. I save before spending, not whatever is left over. I have a plan for irregular and unexpected expenses. I do not rely on credit as my emergency plan. Income, career, and skill sets. I know my market value for my current role or skills. I actively work on increasing my earning power. I ask for raises or pursue better opportunities often. I have more than one income stream or backup plan. I invest in skills that improve future income. Big purchases and lifestyle. I avoid lifestyle upgrades that create long-term payments. I evaluate full costs, not just monthly payments. I delay big purchases until I'm financially ready, or the desire to purchase such items fades and I no longer want to buy them anymore. I avoid buying for status or social pressure. I keep fixed expenses flexible when possible. Protection and legal. I have adequate insurance for health, auto, and property. I have disability or income protection if others depend on me, such as life insurance or a growing savings and/or investment account. I have a basic will and/or trusts, and I update who are my beneficiaries and the rules that apply to receiving benefits. I keep important documents related to my life, finances, URLs, usernames, passwords to online accounts organized. I plan for medical and legal risks before a crisis hits. I am more cautious about my decisions and actions, which help avoid the potential for legal entanglements, lawsuits, etc. I review my life often and look down the road to avoid potential problems, legally speaking. Generosity and boundaries. I budget for giving instead of donating randomly. I give without harming my own financial stability. I set limits with family and friends. I teach kids healthy money habits when possible. I give intentionally, not out of guilt. Final reminder. These checklists are guides, not tests. You are not failing if you check several boxes. On the contrary, you are gaining clarity. Choose one area, take action, and build momentum before moving to the next. Progress is built through repetition, not perfection. Remember, how do you walk a mile? 1 step at a time. Next step, choose the top 1-3 main areas or categories where you checked the most boxes. That's where you focus first. Ignore everything else for now. Financial change happens when you stop trying to fix everything at once and start fixing anything. Accomplish one checklist goal, then move on to the next, and then the next, and then the next.